This evening on House and Home, our countdown to Christmas continues as Chef Gary prepares a Senag roast chicken. Dr. Ambi joins us for another mental health segment. It's Besta Mackerel with cheese on Cooking with Besta. We take a look at the Tomatina hardware tools with Bill Neal over at Brian Bell. And we continue with part 2 of our snakebite rescue story, where we get to meet some of the deadly snakes in PNG. One in particular, the Papuan taipan, that's responsible for a large number of snake bites, and the one snake that has been easily mistaken for the all-too-famous Papuan black. A wonderful evening to you all, and so glad you could join me for another episode of House and Home. Well, we're well into the month of December with only 22 more days to go until Christmas Day. And over the past week, I've noticed families gift shopping and ticking off on a list they've put together. It's such a great feeling to see families get into the spirit of Christmas. Speaking of which, we're going to head into the kitchen now to join Chef Barry for an all-time family favorite, especially for this festive season. Enjoy.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, Ogata viewers. Me Chef Barry, me come on time narapla Jine cooking show on tonight. On tonight, I'm buying me special Christmas kai kai, where by me cooking roasted Jine chicken. And size 20 grams, you can look him. Jinex whole chicken, size 20, and big blood size chicken. But you got all napa size chicken, where you start low 8, 9, 10. Or chicken where you can meet in budget below. This is like Christmas. So me lagi bela choosing Jinex chicken because meatier, tastier, na juicier. Okay, you can look at all ingredients. Believe me, simple ingredients. Me got quarter cup oil. Me got 1 teaspoon paprika and all the spice by adding flavor of Jinex chicken. Believe me. Me got 2 tablespoons soy sauce. Me got half cup parsley herbs where me cut in thin lamb. We got all the bunch broccoli. We got all favorite PNG kai kai blame me, cow, pumpkin, carrot, na onion, you mix one time, we buy me roasting one time, Jinex chicken blame me. Okay, now we got favorite greens blame me, got aupa leaves, but you can use them all. Now all favorite greens blame you, some ibika or pumpkin tips or kind greens blame me. Okay, now buy me go recipe blame me. Okay, you can look him Jinex chicken. Let me try a bed where you got all meat. We pull up the leg, thighs, breast, now all wings too, and all triple Jinex chicken where you can enjoy the Christmas blue. So now by me go starting blue me, okay, me add him lilac oil on top of Jinex chicken blue me. Sprinkle him paprika. Okay, side. Let me turn him. Now plus side 2 by kisim. Okay, soy sauce. Okay. Okay, now by me put him on the baking tray blame also. Okay. Okay, or lilac sauce by me add him one time. So I can add him more flavor of Jinex roasted chicken blame me just like Christmas. Okay. Now by me add him all this little favorite garden cake blame me inside one time and roast inside one time. So blow juice blow Jinex chicken blame me by go inside lol. Cow na pumpkin blame me and begin good flavor lo. All vegetables blame me. Okay, simple recipe. Okay, you just add him all. Cow na pumpkin, onion, carrot blame me lo side lo. Jinex chicken blame me. This lamb special Christmas recipe where you can work on Christmas Day, enjoy what a family blue. Okay, we got lilac soy sauce can by me adding one lol. Vegetables blame me. Okay, lilac paprika again. Adding one time. Okay, by me adding some parsley one top. Adding more flavor. Some by me put inside bell blood chicken. Lilik mo pinch oil lo by me add more flavor lo roasted Jinex chicken by me. Okay, you can look at viewers, simple recipe when me work him, you can cook him lo Christmas Day and enjoy what a family blue one time Jinex chicken. So now I'm ready by putting go inside the oven. When me hot him finish lamb for 200 degrees. You can put him inside there. Now by me wait just 1 hour na by cook. Ready lo imi lo save him lo Christmas Day blame. So this la Christmas. Choose him jinek tasol because jinek chicken and meatier, tastier na juicier. All this all grains and behind by me cooking what I'm hot water lo bilasim jinek roasted chicken blame na by me enjoy one time. Okay, viewers, jinek roasted chicken blame I'm ready now by me roast him. So now by me add him all grains blame me lo hot water I'm boil stuff now. Add him all chocolate leaves go inside. Now broccoli. Okay, so we can go down to salt. Okay, time will work boil now. I'm roasting jinek roast chicken blame me. When I'm ready now. Okay, viewers, you can look him jinek roasted chicken where you can enjoy the Christmas blame me just the festive season. You can look him jinek chicken and roast go through. And we got big leg, or breast, now wings. My family blame you can enjoy one time just like Christmas. Okay, all greens blame me now ready by me adding one time. My favorite PNG vegetables blame me, so I'm walking this like Christmas blame me. Good blood through one time, jinek chicken. Okay, yes, you can look him jinek roasted chicken. We're using jinek chicken size 20. So enjoy Christmas blame one time, jinek chicken.
Good night, viewers. On behalf of the management and staff of Zinek Chickens, we would like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Papua New Guinea.
Chef Barry, you've outdone yourself again. Not only can you have this at Christmas, but any other time you have spare time to make a wholesome meal for yourself. It's easy to prepare, and the longest task in this would be the cooking time, but it's well worth the wait. Well, we won't be seeing Chef Barry again until next year. So to you and your family and to the staff at Zinag, a very Merry Christmas from all of us here at House and Home and MTV. After the break, we'll join Dr. Ambi for the mental health segment.
Welcome to our mental health segment with House and Home. Viewers, this evening, me like go back to topic below you me law last segment we talked about work and mental health. Now this evening, as I said to you all before, me like talk or same, workplace has got a very important impact on our mental health, individuals' mental health. Well, let me tell you something. The globalization, urbanization, modernization, industrialization is taking us every time we think that is going to bring us surprises and challenges in our life, especially at the workplace. So today, like I really want to emphasize, globalization has been a powerful and a dynamic force for our growth, and especially our work condition and the labor market have been changed dramatically over the past decade. You may look how most PME change come. The key relevant things I want to say, the key element intense logistical changes are increased automation and the IT, especially information technology, and there is a rapid changes which revolving around our work has taken us to all these changes in the structure. Now key element of some workforce any important through, and most health professional now thinks that a significant impact work has got or the environment, the work environment has got a significant impact on our individuals' mental well-being. Well, what are the causes? Causes of work related stress are immense. We all work a different work category. It can be very high technology place or simple thing, but we know that there are some causes are related to work related stress. Sometimes work related stress by you looking more same, you may not fit into the right job, or the work doesn't fit to your who you are and the knowledge you have. So the causes of work related stress, you may talk about me stress about. Overwork is one of the factors. Lack of clear instruction at the workplace is another stress. Unrealistic deadlines. You may think more same we are superheroes or super dupers now. You may like making more same without proper deadlines. You can be in chaotic, and job insecurity, isolated work condition. You know, if you are like confined to one place, now you know got plenty hamamas or friends about, M2 can give him stress. Inadequate childcare, especially inadequate childcare arrangement is for the women who have got not right childcare. They also come to the workplace with a lot of stress in their mind, and that was one of the factors which was identified. Sexual harassment and discrimination. I'm sure when you're listening to me, many of you are going through. But let us see the consequences of, because when you have the key environment, the work environment, and the work can put you such a stress, it can cause mental health problem as well as physical condition. Many workplaces, people think of the physical condition, they don't think about the mental conditions, which is very important for your productivity. Now, consequence of mental health problem in the workplace. When you have a mental health problem, now you got mental health, what are the consequences? What are the complications? One is absenteeism. Narapla or some absenteeism come up because you are sick or poor health, especially stress, burnout or depression. Our physical condition problem, high blood pressure, sleep disorders, skin rashes, headache, and you are low resistant to infection, you are getting backache, headache, now this like kind. So you become absence from your work. That's one of the consequences. Number two, your work performance, productivity is affected. So reduction in the productivity and output, increase in the error. So you get all the bosses get upset with you, increase amount of accidents, poor decision making, and deterioration in planning and the control of work. Narapla thirdpla or same staff attitude. If you have a mental health problem, it does have an impact on your staff attitude and behavior. So you have loss of motivation and commitment, burnout, staff work is increasing, they're working for many hours but the output is not good, poor timekeeping, and labor turnoff. Like if you look at the higher big time offices, the labor turnout and high professionals are not producing the way what they are paid for. Well, continue. What happens further? In the consequence, you have a relationship problem at work. It affects the relationship, like tension, conflict between colleagues, and poor relationship, and working, you know, the clients don't get right, and increased disciplinary and problems, and so on. So, well, what are we going to do? We have to address the mental health issues in the workplace, and there must be a cooperating social responsibility for the firm and the people and the working class people together. So you must make him one now is you must entertain more promotion programs within your system. And also we have to look at the screening programs. So health education, raise awareness is important, screening program, you have to detect the risk factors, and action program. Every organization can come up with this kind of strategy. You can have a healthy workforce and you will enjoy the work and you will become very productive. Well, viewers, and important through you understand him, and work and workplace and everything has an impact on your and mental health, and this is the time for you to think and have come out with good strategy at your workplace with your colleagues and friends and your employers and employees with a good health education program, raise awareness on all these issues, screening program, detect the risk factors, and finally action program. You will stay mentally healthy. Well, viewers, these are the taking home messages for you to sit and think how you can make PNG number one. Well, until next segment, I would ask you, all of you, to put God first, hear the word of God, hold on to the word, and pray about it unceasingly. You can overcome all these things. Well, this is that message to you all, and all of you take care and look after yourself until next segment. Bye bye now.
After the break, it's Besta mackerel with cheese on Cooking with Besta.
It's the tastiest tuna in a can. It's the new Besta tuna chunks in 185 grams, packed with 100% premium white meat goodness. The finest export quality tuna is now available nationwide in oil and brine. Besta tuna chunks and Bestia, proudly PNG made.
Good night, everyone. Welcome and thank you for watching another Cooking with Besta program. For tonight's recipe, I will show you how to prepare Besta mackerel with cheese. In front of me, I have a bowl of pasta, 1/3 cup of milk, a 1/4 cup of margarine, and our main ingredient, Besta mackerel in natural oil in 155 grams. So firstly, we light up our stove. Okay, we bring our pan to this side. We add in our bowl of pasta. Put in our margarine and also our milk and Besta mackerel in natural oil. Cook until the butter is melted and the sauce is creamy. Viewers, we keep on stirring until the butter melts and the sauce is creamy. Okay, it is now ready to be served. You can top it up with a little bit of cheese. And here you have it, Besta mackerel with cheese. Thank you for watching and hope you join me again same time next week on House and Home Cooking with Besta. It's better, it's Besta, pride of PNG.
It's the tastiest tuna in a can. It's the new Besta tuna chunks in 185 grams, packed with 100% premium white meat goodness. The finest export quality tuna is now available nationwide in oil and brine. Besta tuna chunks and Bestia, proudly PNG made.
After the break, we join Bill Neal over at Brian Bell, taking a look at some of the Tramontina hardware tools which can make a wonderful Christmas gift for your dads, uncles, brothers, cousins or friends working in the handyman or woman trade. So stay watching.
Hey, hey, Mr. B.
Good evening and welcome to another Brian Bell segment on House and Home. I'm your host for the evening, Phil Neal. Tonight we take a look at Tramontina hardware products, quality made products that will do what they're supposed to do well. Tramontina have a few lines. Most of the products that I have are in the Masters line, which means that they are of a high quality, of high standard, and have been tested and designed to perform at high levels. There is also a premium range. This is called the Pro line. The Pro line comes with a lifetime guarantee. Now, different products are for different users. If you're an electrician, your line of work will require you to use the Pro line range of tools because these tools have been tested and are known to be able to perform at this high level of usage. If you're at home and you're trying to do something with fix the radio, for example, then you don't need the ProLine tool and you can save money this way. So, without further ado, in my very professional tool bag, I have a few tools that every DIY mum or dad needs. So let's go into the workshop so I could show off some of these Tramontina tools. Hammers. Hammers are essential tools and Tramontina has a wide range. We have them in wooden handles and steel handles with rubber grips. The next essential Tramontina tool is a saw. Saws are different in size and also in the number of teeth they have. The more teeth they have, the finer the cut. The fewer teeth mean you get a rougher cut. Saws are typically made from steel and therefore cheap imitation saws that are made from lower grade quality steel are plentiful in the market. A quick test I was told about says that if it is a genuine saw, you can bend the blade and when you release it, it returns to its original straight self. Just like this example. Screwdrivers are very handy tools to have. Home appliances, furniture and electronics all use them to fasten products together. From where you're sitting right now, I'm certain that there are a few objects around you that need or use screwdrivers, your TV being one of them. It's definitely a necessity to have one of these, and if you do have one, you're bound to use it. Tramontina planes and pliers. All Tramontina products are put through rigorous testing, particularly if they are in the Master or ProLine lines. This is because, as I mentioned, these products were made for professionals, and professionals need to know if these products, these tools, can do what they're supposed to do. Pliers may need to be used in close proximity to or directly on live electricity. The professional needs to know that the plastic handles will keep him safe and not conduct the electricity. Tramontina pliers have been tested and have a minimum and maximum voltage that the pliers can handle. It's handy to know these limits. Wrenches. We have combination wrenches and sets. Tramontina socket sets come in an extensive range of sizes. These tools are the essential Tramontina tools that live at Brian Bell, but there are also many more. The Tramontina hardware range is the most extensive of all the Tramontina products sold at Brian Bell. We have absolutely everything a DIY parent, a professional, an electrician or a mechanic would ever need. Why not use Tramontina? The ProLine range comes with a lifetime guarantee. Safety is important when you're working. You want to go home at the end of the day the same way you left in the morning. Disregarding safety can lead to some serious harm. Therefore, making sure that you're using the right tools minimizes the chances of an accident occurring. So why buy Tramontina? It's a product that lasts, an investment. It's a product that keeps you safe at the workplace, and it's a product that we have an extensive range of, so we will always have whatever you're looking for. Why not buy our premium range, the ProLine? It comes with a lifetime guarantee. You see, our suppliers back their products, and so do we. That's why. Great products, great prices, that's Brian Bell. See you all next week.
Hi everyone, I'm Ivan, working for Beltec Chemicals. I'm from Philippines. With the onslaught of Super Typhoon Yolanda, our countrymen, mostly from the Visayan region, have lost their homes, their livelihood, and their loved ones. But we have not lost our hope. The sense of volunteerism and outpouring of generosity from our people and friends overseas will greatly help in rebuilding their lives.
With this in mind, Brian Bell have committed to raising funds for the typhoon victims. This poster that is now appearing on the screen can be found at all of our branches nationwide. We are accepting cash donations from the public and will be going to this organization that is now appearing at the bottom of your screen. You get a receipt with these transactions and can be rest assured that the organization we're giving the money to are genuine. Your money will go towards helping the victims of this very unfortunate natural disaster. Get into the Christmas spirit of giving and sharing to the less fortunate. Brian Bell is giving away 10 TVs at massively discounted rates. The TVs you see here range in size from 32 inch to 60 inches. Here is the 32 inch. It was once 1,499 kina, now 685 kina. The 39 inch was 2,059 kina, now only 890 kina. The 40 inch was 2,399 kina, now only 990 kina. 46-inch was 4,599 kina, now just 2,365. 52-inch was 10,159 kina, now only 4,230 kina. The 60-inch, which was 15,259 kina, is only 5,195 kina. These discounted rates aren't discounts, they're giving it away, and these prices are only for this competition only. They are all Sharp Aquos TVs, which I'm sure all of you know by now are quality TVs. Now, to buy one of these TVs at the discounted price, you need to call my cell phone, the number's appearing on the bottom of your screen right now, after 9 a.m. tomorrow. The first 10 callers get the chance to pick the size they want, and we'll get them at the prices mentioned. We're serious about helping a neighbor. If you're serious about getting a TV at a huge discount, then give me a call after 9 a.m. on Wednesday and the lines will be opened. That's the 4th of December 2013. You will need to come in and purchase the TV on the same day. Not buying a TV will result in the 11th, 12th, so forth and so on callers getting a chance to buying your Sharp Aquos TV. So please keep on calling. I'll record all your details and you'll have a brand new TV for your homes, and know that the money that you spent has gone to helping people in need. This is a nationwide competition where you could get a TV for a great price. Give this number a call. I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. Good night.
Best price, best quality, guaranteed at Brian Bell.
Right on, Mr. B.
Thanks, Bill. Always very handy to have at home, even if you're not a handyman. And we look forward to seeing what you have in store for us next week with Brian Bell. After the break, we have part 2 of our story in Charles Campbell Toxinology Centre with snakebite rescue. Welcome back. Last week we featured the first part of our story on the Charles Campbell Toxinology Centre and the work that they do, including the snakebite rescue operations they run to retrieve snakebite victims. This evening we continue with the second part of that story, and we get to meet some of the deadliest snakes in PNG, including one that's mistaken for the Papuan black, and that is the Papuan taipan.
My name is Owen Paiva, and I'm the lab manager at the Charles Campbell Toxinology Centre. I'm also a medical scientist there as well. Okay, the Charles Campbell Toxinology Centre is a non-governmental non-profit organization that was set up as a collaborative venture between the University of Papua New Guinea School of Medicine and Health Sciences and the University of Melbourne Australian Venom Research Unit. And it was basically set up to look at solving the problem of snakebite in Papua New Guinea, helping those victims find solutions or finding solutions to better management of snakebite patients in Papua New Guinea. So the Papuan taipan, the most distinguishing feature is a dark black snake, grayish black snake with a reddish stripe on the back. And most often now, victims bitten by Papuan taipan actually describe seeing a long black snake longer than a meter and it had a reddish, rust-colored, brown-colored stripe on the back. They can easily be mistaken for Papuan black because they are also black and dark-colored in the wild. Most of the time, people don't see, can't really tell. They just see the black tail moving off and they say, "Oh, it was a black snake." And because of historical being told by your parents, and if you go into the grass and watch out for the Papuan black, it's the most dangerous snake in PNG, and that's been drummed into our heads over time. So, everybody knows it's a Papuan black, but in actual fact, the most implicating species is the Papuan taipan, especially in the southern region. Let's put it this way: we haven't had a positive identification of a Papuan black snake bite victim since 20 years ago, and the last ones were probably in the 1980s. And the hypothesis is that during that time there was the introduction of the cane toad from Queensland to combat mosquitoes here and malaria in PNG. And because the Papuan black, its normal diet is frogs and rodents. When the toads were introduced, they couldn't tell the difference between it's hypothesized they couldn't tell the difference between toads and frogs. So when they started feeding on toads, which have their own toxin on the back of their necks, they have glands that secrete white buffotoxin. That was killing off, we think that was killing off the pound black. But apart from that, I think the major strongest hypothesis is that there was habitat destruction, because that place along where the Boroko food world is right now was actually a picnic spot in the 70s, and it had rain trees and the works, you know, very nice spot to go and picnic. But that was also a place where it was just highly populated by Papuan black snakes. And since then, you know, it's been turned into a drain, and that river's gone, and so the habitat has been destroyed. We still have Papuan blacks that exist, but only in very sparsely populated areas, pocket areas, I should say. So one place is up at the Papa Swamp, Lealea area. That's where we're getting to see a lot of Papuan blacks, and only on one particular creek too, a lot of them. They're very shy snakes, so it's really hard to catch them or even meet them. It's mostly by accident that people come across, and even if they do see them, the snake runs away really fast. When we are measuring or trying to compare the lethality or how toxic or dangerous these snakes are, the taipan has 0.04 milligrams of toxin per kilogram mouse. That's enough to what we call the LD50 dose, the lethal dose 50. Trying to put that in layman's terms, that's like, so if there was a 70 kilogram man, you would need 0.28 milligrams to kill that person. The taipan produces in excess of up to 120 milligrams. Okay, so that's enough to kill you over, 20 times, 100 times. So one bite can kill you. And these snakes, they're easily provoked, and they tend to bite more than once, multiple bites, and each time delivering accumulating dose of toxin. New Guinea small-eyed snakes are found, we believe they're found all throughout the mainland of New Guinea. Mostly found a lot on Karka Island as well, and in the Momase region. You'll find them a lot there. They hide among leaf litter. There are nocturnal snakes, so they only come out at night. They're a white snake, and the New Guinea small-eyed snake is the only true Papua New Guinean snake, because it is only found in PNG. Yeah, I mean across the border as well, island of New Guinea. So it's only found here. And recent studies we've carried out actually relate them closely related to the sea snakes, Chinese sea snakes. That's where we think their origin came from. But they live on land, so usually, mothers going to the garden in the morning, the snakes are trying to sleep, and they find some cool place to go and lie in a log, a rotting log, or loose ground, and they, mothers women try to go and dig, or people try to go and make garden, they dig them up, and that's when they get bitten. And these snakes cause kidney failure. They cause also muscle damage and paralysis, as well as bleeding. But we're here in our snake house at the UPNG snake house, serpentarium, where we keep all our venomous snakes for research. And so what you see behind me is in the cages here, the Papuan taipans, and they cause about 90 to 90% of admission and death at Port Moresby General Hospital. So here we have a Papuan taipan. You can see the grayish color on the side, black grayish with that reddish tinge on the top, and that's what most people will describe when they're bitten or they see this snake in the wild. They see this fast-moving, long, black, gray, brownish snake underneath, creamy colored underneath, with a reddish tinge on the top. So this snake is quite aggressive. It can be easily provoked. It can lay up to 2 clutches of 22 eggs a year. So one taipan snake can lay up to 40 snakes which have venom right from the time that they hatch. On average, they grow about 1.5 meters to 2 meters. The longest we've had here was a 3-meter snake from Moriguina. But we caught that one in 2005 under the in the works yard at Moriguina station, and they have a lot of taipans there because we went up there recently, and we just had popped in the afternoon to say hi to the people who were there, and there was a family cooking, you know, their evening meal just on the side, and just 5 meters away, we lifted the tin and whatever rusting metal from on the side of the house, and we caught a taipan there, and they had no idea, and that would have been a victim because there were a lot of small kids around the area too as well playing. We actually go out during certain times of the year to catch the snakes. With the taipans, we know that they exist in the savanna grassland, so when we're looking for taipans, that's where we go, and that's where we want people to. When you have gardens where there's savanna grassland areas, kunai areas, just watch out for this snake because it lives there. Whereas toward the foresty areas is where we find death adders, okay, and the mountain areas, as well as the small-eyed snakes. Well, you get them out, especially when it's rainy, because they look for a place to dry themselves and sun. Because they are all reptiles. Reptiles' normal behavior is they're all cold-blooded, and for them to function, they need the heat of the sun. So they all come out just like crocodiles, turtles, snakes will do the same, lizards. They all come out in the early morning when it's quiet, but when the sun is coming up to get the first ray of sun, so that when their blood warms up, they are physiologically active to look for food. With the taipans, they move around early morning up until about 12. They move around in the day in the shade, and then they'll come out again for, looking for food, foraging around late afternoon. But they sleep at night. So here we have a Papuan black snake that was caught at Varirata National Park. When we first brought it in, it was about 30 centimeters or so. It is now almost 1.5 meters. So snakes don't have external ear openings. The way they hear is by sound vibration. And so they feel with their body, and they can interpret that as sound. Yeah, he's thinking it's feeding time. So that's classic. That's his classic way of looking for food. Yeah, and this is quite rare to capture this. So this is a small-eyed snake from Oro. You can see they're more darker. The Medang ones are more whiter, with dark bending, alternating bands, and they cause bleeding and paralysis and kidney damage. And they only come out at night. So people walking around at night with no torches usually get bitten by this snake in especially Medang area, Kaka. Even in the Sipik, this is quite abundant too as well. There have only been a few deaths from this snake. These death adders only have neurotoxins, which means they only cause paralysis. They stay still. They're ambush hunters, so they sit still. And you'll see Pat Kamsi, just above their eyes, they have this scale that's raised, and it makes him look like horns. And that's because when leaves fall, they sit on the trees or bottom of banana tree, and when leaves fall on them, the leaves fall on those horns, and they still have full view, but you can't see them. And they use camouflage. So they grow not more than 30 to 50 centimeters. Okay. In the highlands region, they're a lot bigger, but in the coastal areas around New Guinea, they're not bigger than 30 centimeters. This is an adult, by the way. So this one, there's another snake that looks exactly like this but doesn't have venom, and it's the ground boar. They look almost the same, and people will describe a short snake short stubby snake, short tail, very small thin tail with a diamond-shaped head, and that's classic of Dathera. With the colors, you can have the same species showing different types of colors from black, gray, red, brown, even tinging small tinge of yellow. So these snakes have cat-like eyes as well, so they also can be moving around in the late evening. So this is Papuan taipan from Padi Padi Estate in Milne Bay Province. It's one of those snakes we caught within, out of 20 snakes we caught in a three-hour period, just looking for snakes one early morning. And as you can see, they can grow quite big. This is almost at least a 2-meter one. They've got that coffin-shaped head. That's kind of distinctive. Comparing the Papuan black, just at the top here is more short head, a shorter head. And this is cream colored underneath. The black snake is gun black all over, gunmetal black. So this,
he's angry.
He's curious, and they smell with their tongue, so that's why they have that forked tongue all the time. They'll jump at every single movement that they feel that's threatening. And so even if you're walking through the bush, through the kunai, or you're running, or kids playing, they feel threatened by that anyway. And they seem to have very good vision. They can spot you from a long way off. So when we're catching these snakes, we have to see them before they see us. Practical advice to people in the village or in the rural areas is to buy a couple of cheap gumboots if they can afford to, because that saves life. We introduced that to the oil palm plantation, New Britain Palm Oil in Milne Bay. They made it compulsory for all their workers to have gumboots when walking when in the oil palm, and that reduced the snake bites dramatically. So when a snake tries to run away, if it finds the closest dark hole, it will go and curl up and hide and won't move from there. So we milk these snakes every 4 or 3 months, just to collect the venom to do venom research work on. From different geographical locations, you can have different amounts of a different toxin being produced for whatever reason, but that in itself gives a better idea. Or if taipans from, if people bitten by taipans from, say, a Doa plantation, they probably have more toxins that cause neurotoxicity rather than, or paralysis more than bleeding. So we expect that they'll come in more with paralysis than bleeding. Whereas someone bitten by a taipan in Rigo will come in with more bleeding. Applying herbal and traditional medicine, there is no proof that they work. Even there's a particular black stone that is used quite frequently, especially in the mission areas, and that was introduced by missionaries. But it's actually the bone marrow from cow that's been blackened, and it's quite porous, so it soaks up any liquid. So it acts as and seems to stick to the bite site, and they think that it sucks up the poison, but actually it doesn't. It has no effect at all. So don't use blackstone, don't use other traditional herbs or medicines, because you don't know what they might do as well. None of them are effective. Don't cut, don't suck on the bite site, don't apply hot water or cold water or anything of the sort. We've had instances of people actually electrocuting somebody at the bite site, and that's not encouraged at all. That does more harm. The only one and true first aid for snake bite is the pressure immobilization bandaging, which is just application of a pressure bandage over the bite site area and over a large area on the limb. And that prevents the venom from traveling up to the heart and to the rest of the body. And that also provides time for the person or the victim to be transported, at least 3 hours time to be transported to a health center or
Welcome back. Well, we've just about come to the end of the show, but if you're wondering where we are, we're coming to you from the waterfront here in Port Moresby. And next week on House and Home, it's Besta Tuna Curry on Cooking with Besta. Norman is back with PIMS. P&G Fire Services talks more on fire safety. It's more Best Buys over at Brian Bell. And the health department hit hard on the effects of betel nut chewing as the main cause for the increase in mouth cancer. Before we say goodnight, I'd like to say congratulations to the grade 10s of Pommies who've just graduated and to all the grade 10s around the country. I hope whatever it is you have planned for the week you get to complete and the weekend ahead is a good one. Enjoy the rest of the week and we'll see you again next week, same time.